the recommendation is any new people who are having polyclinic or a small or big hospital, any kind of partnership. Okay, so they should go for LLP. Another recommendation is to cover yourself with two indemnity insurance. Okay, though indemnity insurance, one is your personal and another is for your setup. There are a lot of confusion about the company structure. So there are few company structures or the legal structure of working. So legal structure to operate in India can be broadly divided into four main mode. Okay, so first one is proprietorship, where you have registered proprietorship and you have your PAN card, which is being used for business as well. So there is no difference between you and your business. Okay, and in the proprietorship also you can take GST. So some people were asking, proprietorship mein GST le sakte hain? Yes, of course, proprietorship mein GST can be taken. If you have something which is GST oriented, so you can take a GST number also on this proprietorship. So let us understand its advantage and disadvantage. Okay. Advantage of proprietorship is this, is that easy to make. Aapka PAN card bana hua hai, easy to start, right? There's nothing that you need. You just need maybe you can also get registered yourself in MSME, where you can get a certification. Then your income tax filing and all those things become easier because it is you only, okay, about you. So whatever bank account statement you have to just give the CA and filing is all okay. So what are the disadvantages? First disadvantage is that since you and your business are not different, any liability of the setup will fall on you. Liabilities can be recovered using your personal asset, means your personal savings, your home, your land, your anything. To cover that, some people take what? Indemnity insurance. If you see the recommendation for this kind of structure is for first timer doctorpreneur who is just starting his or her clinic.
I'll urge all of you that again, this is not useful if you are not taking any action. जाके आप सोचो और भूल जाओ, ऐसा मत करना. Take action if you are on proprietorship and you are running a hospital setup. Then you get into the proper legal company structure. That will ease your life and that will give you good sleep also.
One angle, the financing angle, disadvantage I can say is bank loans are difficult. Okay, because it all boils down to your ITR. Your ITR is considered. Second is your registered partnership. So registered partnership is like you and some other partner come together, put clauses on your deed and get it registered. So that is called registered partnership. Here the legal entity is different, but legal clauses are loose, are not very tight. So the filing of ITRs and filing of details about your company expenses and all those things, it can be done in a shady manner. So some people do registered partnership because they have done in the past. After 2000, government has not closed down registered partnership, but they do not like it. Advantage is easy, but there are disadvantages rather than advantage. Easy to start, get signed up with a lawyer and registered in the notary and you are done. But again, the bank loans and everything else becomes little difficult. Tomorrow some other partner who is going to come and join, then it becomes really difficult to make him or her a partner in the existing setup. So that is a problem. Okay. Again, the liability is, even though there is a legal entity, the difference between the legal and you, both of you, because partnership will be having 2 member or 3 member, is not very airtight. Again, under some clauses, liability can be on combined people heads. So again, it can come down to your head, even if you have indemnity insurance. The third, if you want to do partnership, you do it with LLP, limited liability partnership. So this is structured form of partnership, very good structured form of partnership, legally valid internationally also. In the US or Europe, it is called LLC, limited liability company. Structured partnership with everything very good defined clauses and all those things. You have new PAN card, There's a distinction between the business and between partners and LLP. So there are two legal entity out there. Advantage, it has both the things, best of both world, which means easiness of registered partnership plus airtight clauses of private limited. Means legal follow-up are lesser than in private limited. So easy to follow. You have to file up the your ITR once a year. In private limited, it's like quarterly. You have to file the returns and all those things. Bank loans are okay. They are happy with the legal thing because you structure is there. You have to file all the returns in the company name. All those things are good. Bank loans easy हो जाते हैं. And adding new partners become easy. Then deletion of a partner also less messier if you have an exit clause in the deed in the very start. A lot of people, because of hesitation, do not write exit clause in their deed, which you should also take consideration. Take a proper consultation, CAs and legal thing, and then see that what is the mode of exiting also. So some partner goes after 3 years, what happens? Some partner goes after 5 years, what happens? Is anybody who is just living in 6 months or 1 year, that is also happening. So then what will happen? Disadvantage, taking external money. External means funding, external money, funding. If you are a tech-based startup, if you are planning for IPO 5 years down the line, then it becomes a problem. But people do not go over funding or IPOs in LLP. They have to convert into private limited. The recommendation is any new people who are having polyclinic or a small or big hospital, any kind of partnership, okay? So they should go for LLP. Another recommendation is to cover yourself with 2 indemnity insurance. Okay, though indemnity insurance, one is your personal and another is for your setup.
The second one is important is because there can be mistakes committed by your staff also.
Yeah,
that will be covered in this second one. Personal is of course required. Sometimes the things go wrong by some assistant or nurse or some patient attendant, ward boy. They can do some mischief. That is covered.
Is your private limited, right? Private limited is that is a most airtight business structure. It gives you almost, I know, 200 partners or directors can be added maximum, okay? And it gives you shares of your paid up capital, then which you can distribute and ask new people to join you, okay? You will get a PAN card, the name of entity, you get GST in the name of the entity. Everyone likes that. Everyone likes the private limited. All organization, government organization, when you are dealing with statutory clearances and everything, they like LLP and private limited. Okay? So statutory clearances also come into the big picture. They like all these things. Basically, the advantage is you can add as many people as you want. You can give ESOPs to your staff. ESOPs are your shares to the employee stock options, which actually helps in retaining your staff. Okay, so let's say it is called employee stock options. Means it is, let's say you have employee of 10 or 20 people, starting people, and you give them, each of them you give 10,000 or 1,000, let's say, take for example 1,000 shares. When you give them, they have this ownership feeling that I am also an owner of this hospital, that tomorrow it grows, the property will be shared to me also. But it also helps you to retain those staff because these are stocks options. These are not shares or stocks. You're not directly giving them the stocks. These are stock options. So option means you can put a condition that अगर आप 3 साल तक रुकोगे तो 50% स्टॉक आप इसको वेट कर सकते हो. ये ऑप्शन आप उनको इनिशियली कंडीशंस में दे दोगे. So he or she has to remain there for 3 years and then she will get 50% of the allocated shares, okay, at that market value. Then another person stay for 5 years. So you will get another 75% of your stock options. In this way, you can align the employee goal of professional growth with the hospital growth. Okay, so they will stay. So people who have this problem of attrition, they can think about a good ESOPs program that will help your staff to be there. Okay, so that is a very good option because you are sharing your wealth people will be more loyal to you. Okay? And you are not giving directly, they have to spend certain amount of time there to actually vet those stocks. Okay, otherwise they will not be able to get anything. It's only the paper. Next is external funding is easy, means there is no legal problem. Then the advantage is about your personal liability is limited. That is why it is called private limited. How much is that limitation? You can describe in your article of association, which is created during private limited. You can add more number of business areas by changing your article of association, company incorporation, all those things. So you start with the healthcare, but then you go into the products and all those things, medical equipment, anything which you have, you can change those things, which is easier to dealt with. Entry, exit of partners is very easy. Then the disadvantage is legally it is a little cumbersome, but I don't find this to be a very valid argument. A lot of people say you have to file every quarterly and all those things, and I don't feel it is a cumbersome because your CA will be doing it, you are not doing it. So maybe LLP you are giving 20,000 rupees a year, in a private limited you will be giving 50,000 a year, but then it gives you a lot of advantages also. Okay, but your CA will be handling. So why to worry about whether it is monthly, quarterly, or anything else? Dissolving it becomes really problematic. Dissolving is very difficult. Means you're shutting your private limited is difficult. So recommendation is, if you are big enough, means more than 20 bedded hospitals, just okay, more than 20-30 bedded, you are big enough and have a good flow, and you big enough and you want to expand, you want to grow in the future. So that means you need funding, you need more people to become your partners. Okay, so you want to grow in future, you go for private limited.